Namaste, hello, it's lovely to connect with you. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I'm here to share some guidance for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm using my new phone, so hopefully it works okay. Oh yay, I got a love heart. I guess that means someone can see me. Fantastic. Hi Stephanie. So welcome. I'm so happy that you've been able to join me today. Hi Tom and Miriam. Hi Karen. Extra special welcome to our Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards. I feel like I'm really zoomed in. My Speed of Light Oracle. I'm going to be pulling a card for Tuesday, a card for Wednesday, and one card for the theme for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone, so I trust that you've been led here for a reason. Why am I looking there where my old camera used to be? I need to look where my other new camera is. So just take on board what feels right for you and let the rest go. You'll know if it's guidance that's meant for you because it will resonate. It will seem like I'm talking directly to you. And if it does, you can trust that as confirmation and validation for you. If it doesn't resonate, just let it go. If something in your life you don't like, if there's something that other people do that you don't like, just let it go. I don't know why people invest so much time into things that they don't like or that they complain about. So let's just let go of the people and the things that we complain about all the time. That's what I'll be doing in the next couple of days. I'm going to be doing a massive purge of everything and everyone that I have been complaining about within myself. So, hello Cynthia from Southern Africa. Cindy's here from Singapore. Hi Cindy. Anita says, I've missed you. Oh, that's beautiful, Anita. Well, I trust that you enjoy or get something helpful from our time together today. Hi, Dawn. So let's get straight into it. I'm looking for the best card for Tuesday. Hopefully my phone doesn't fly off here because my stand hasn't arrived yet, so I've just got you balancing kind of here in a strange way. But hopefully you won't go for a trip. So I'm looking now for the best card for Tuesday the 24th of October. And I trust 100% that the best card will find its way to the top. And I'll just share what I'm intuitively feeling with that card. So if it's not Tuesday for you yet, you can think of this as some guidance in advance. And we'll see what happens. So take a nice deep breath and be open to receiving what you need. And we'll go with this card for Tuesday the 24th of October here. And we've got Sensuality card 46, which is a featured card, so we are going to follow that. So up here there's further instructions which say to breathe deeply and choose a random card. So I'm going to grab this card as the extra. Okay, so we've got these two cards for Tuesday the 24th of October. So I'm going to look at these cards separately and then we're going to look at their relationship together. So this is card 46, Sensuality, which the keywords say love, breath, relationship and passion. So it talks about breathing passion back into our life again. Breathing passion back into our relationships and passion back into ourselves. So there's a sense of a rekindling sort of feeling I have here, a rekindling of love for life, a rekindling of love in relationships, and a rekindling of love for ourselves. So there's this sense of being in the flow, being in this sense of the word abundance is coming to mind. Abundance, which abundance which can come in many forms. Abundance to me can come in the form of good health, opportunities, things happening well in good flow. It could be extra money or sales or discounts. But when we're in an abundant state, or for me, when I'm in an abundant state, things are moving well and in a good flow for me. So there's this sense on Tuesday that we might find that we're in quite good flow and things are kind of moving in a really good pace for us on Tuesday, especially in regards to love and passion, and expanding, not just looking at that in relationships, but expanding that into our life and looking more inwardly with that too, in regards to reigniting our passion and love for ourselves. So allow that energy, that love, that passion to be rekindled on Tuesday if you're inspired to. So how might you do that? Perhaps this card will give us an indication actually. This is card 4 called Buffalo Woman. And she says talents, gifts, skills and recognition. So she talks about creativity, about acknowledging our talents, our skills, the gifts that we bring to the world, the things that we might be good at or that we might be developing as well, she's talking about. But personally recognising these things on Tuesday. So recognising how far we've come, what we are contributing to our workplace or contributing to our relationships or contributing to life or the world, and recognising these sorts of things as well. We might find that we might feel quite creative on Tuesday. And how can we reignite and rekindle our passion for life and our love for life, our love in relationships and our love for ourselves again? Well, the key, according to these cards, is to look at the skills and the talents and the gifts that we bring to the world. So the things that we're good at, the things that we're developing, the things that we enjoy. We might not even necessarily be that good at these sorts of things, but we might feel a sense of joy and connection when we do these sorts of hobbies or whatever it might be. So the answer for some of us to rekindle that passion in life is to perhaps look at starting a hobby or developing our skills in some area that we're interested and inspired by. So that's the guidance for Tuesday the 24th of October. I trust it resonates. If it doesn't, just let it go. So, while I'm looking for the next card for Wednesday the 25th, just if you want to, just join me in taking some nice deep breaths and returning back to your centre and sitting in your heart as best as you can. So this might be something that you're inspired to do with me if you're feeling a bit low or a bit flat, or if you just need to recenter or you just feel inspired to join me. So let's just do it for a couple of minutes. If you want to, just take a nice deep breath, close your eyes if you want to, and just slow your breathing down. And really notice that air as it comes into your body, and follow that air as it leaves your body as well. And as you breathe out, let go of everything that's holding you back and all the stresses and pressures that you're under right now. And as you breathe in that new air and that new energy that's wanting to come in, that passion, that love, that inspiration, that abundance that wants to come into your life. Breathe it in. Imagine breathing it in with your in-breath. Breathe out everything that's holding you back and breathe in that new. And as you breathe out, allow your body just to relax. Feel its weight in the chair or the bed or wherever you might be right now. And as you breathe in next, see if you can bring your energy and your attention to your heart. Imagine there's a really comfortable chair in your heart that you bring yourself to come and sit in. And feel what it's like in there. Okay, so just hold that space if you want to. Keep slowing your breathing down if you're inspired to. And I'm going to now look for the best card for Wednesday, the 25th of October. So I trust 100% that the best card will find its way to the top. And that card will be this. Wednesday the 25th is here. I haven't seen this card come up for a long time. I actually quite like this card. It's card 25 called Pause. And the key words say hold, time, transition, suspension, and limbo. It talks about being in a space of limbo on Wednesday, where we may feel like in a bit of a transitional state, a transitional period. I liken this to when we're preparing to move house. You know, when we have a date set for the move, but we've got to pack up and we've got to finalise things in the old house. So we're kind of neither here nor there, because our energy, our mind, our essence wants to be where we're moving to, but we have to tie up the loose ends in the here and now with our old house and the things that we're doing there. So that's a great example of what I'm talking about with being in a state of transition, a state of limbo. It means we're almost just suspended in time. We're neither here nor there. The door hasn't fully opened, but the door hasn't fully closed either. So we're in that in-between period, which is never comfortable. It's a period of transition. So we might find mentally we want to be ahead of ourselves and want to be somewhere where we're not quite physically at yet. So we're being guided on Wednesday to take this time to step back and use this limbo time to sort our stuff out, to prepare ourselves, to heal, to mend, to let go, to release. There's always stuff that we can do even while we're waiting or while we're in those limbo spaces. There's a reason why that we have to wait, or there's a reason why we're not at that date yet, or that door hasn't opened yet. So let's work with that time beforehand, that time of waiting. Let's use that time to rest or heal or mend or whatever it is that we might need to do. So there is a sense of being pulled out of our body in a way, and some of us may feel a bit disconnected from our body on Wednesday, where we feel almost like we're walking on air, or that our head's not attached to our body. There's a feeling here of being quite ungrounded, so we might be quite mentally active on Wednesday as we think ahead on the calendar, think ahead on the timeline, if you like. So we're being guided to use Wednesday to bring our mental energy back into the moment, into alignment with our physical body, and perhaps do some grounding things, some things that we can do slowly and gently on Wednesday as we're inspired to. And that will help us stay kind of in the moment, keep our mental energy with us, rather than perhaps feeling like we're a bit disconnected or a bit out of body on Wednesday. So I trust that makes sense. And trust in perfect timing. Things will unfold as the timing's right. Our paths will cross and rendezvous with people and situations as we need to, and we can trust that. So trust in the time of waiting, that there's something that's necessary to happen behind the scenes, or something that needs to prepare before that door opens. So it's interesting. I do find that period of limbo really quite interesting to be in. It's uncomfortable, but I do find it quite interesting, quite inspiring, and it brings a different energy than what we probably usually experience. So that's feeling of being out of body, or our mind being really ahead of ourselves and ahead of the moment and thinking of the future, can be a really interesting space to be in. So as you become more aware of yourself and more aware of your body and what you're thinking and what you're feeling and how you're interacting with different things and different people throughout your day, then you might also find it quite fascinating, that time of limbo and transition. So it's necessary, and it's not the end of the world, so just let yourself move through it as gently as you need to. So let's now look for the best card for the theme for Tuesday and Wednesday. So I think of the theme card as helping us see the bigger picture for these particular days. So we'll bring these days together and help us see what's going on a broader, larger viewpoint. So I just hold the intention to find the best card for the theme for Tuesday and Wednesday. And I trust this is the best card. I trust you're all feeling good too. Is here. Oh, this is interesting after that pause card. Card 19 called Integration. The key words say settling, grounding, nature and calm. This talks about the energy wanting to come in and settle and anchor throughout Tuesday and Wednesday. So what do I mean by that? I think of this energy of anchoring or integration, I think of it like a leaf unpinning from the tree. And it unpins from the tree, and if you had a video in slow motion, you'd watch it drop down and then find its place on the ground where it's going to sit. And that's what the new energy does as it comes and settles into our body and into our life. So we could be talking about and holding the intention of change or improvement in our life. We could be going through a lot of personal change and transformation within, and welcoming that new energy in. And then there's a period of time, depends how long that time is, there's no fixed time with it, but there is a short or a long period of time where that energy integrates. So it's like that new energy that we can't quite see or grasp yet. It's a bit like air. It takes a little bit of time, without getting fixated on the time, of settling and anchoring and integrating into our body and our life. So this card's suggesting that Tuesday and Wednesday is a time of integration, a time where this new energy we've been welcoming in, the new that we've been opening the door to, the new that we've been opening our heart to, especially as we've closed those old doors, that new is going to start settling in throughout Tuesday and Wednesday. So we may find that we may feel quite tired or lethargic. We may feel like we want to eat quite nourishing, full meals as our body craves food and craves sleep and rest. And that physical side of the body craving these things is part of that integration and part of that anchoring of that new energy, and bringing into actuality the new that we've requested to come into our life and the new that's coming in. We may feel that we want to step out into nature and do some grounding, so do some physical things, cleaning, spring cleaning, cooking, gardening, walking, exercising. All these sorts of things are great. We might just naturally feel like doing this on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's part of our body working with this new energy that's coming in, that's wanting to ground and integrate into our life. So this is how it becomes tangible. It's the same similar process happens when we think about turning an idea into manifestation. And a great example is when you're wanting to write a book. So you have the idea of a book, you take the action, you go through that period of integration, that period of transition, do all the action that's needed, and then you end up having the book hopefully in your hand that you can touch and taste and play with, I guess, if you want to eat the pages. So, it's the same sort of process. It's about bringing what's unseen into being seen. It's about bringing the ethers into the tangible, or the ideas into manifestation, the new into actuality. So that's what this process is about, the integration and the anchoring. And with the other card as well, the pause card, the transition card, this tells me that we might feel a bit slow moving throughout Tuesday and Wednesday as that new energy starts to settle into our life and into our body. So it's quite normal and it's okay. So trust what you're inspired to do, but you may find you might want to do some quite physical things, just everyday stuff on Tuesday and Wednesday. So trust that. So that's the guidance for Tuesday and Wednesday. I trust it's helpful. It comes to you from my Speed of Light Oracle cards, which are available now. Have a look on my website if you're inspired to learn more or start working with them yourself. Now I have a couple of things to talk about. I have a question someone asked me in my last video, which I thought it might be better to answer on a video because it's quite an in-depth question and it may help someone else as well. So I'm going to talk a bit about that now if you want to hang around. If you can't hang around, thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. Actually, before I talk about that question, I've got a couple of things coming up. We've got the Owl Collection release is definitely happening on Monday, 8 AM Sydney time, which is GMT plus 11. I've got my kiln absolutely full, well, almost full with owls. I've made 6 more, finished them this morning, which are now air drying. and then they'll go in the kiln hopefully tomorrow, and we'll get that happening. So I will share a live video when I'm unpacking my kiln, which will probably be Saturday morning my time, so keep an eye out for that. On Wednesday the 1st of November, which is next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday is our next online drumming circle. So that's happening on Wednesday the 1st of November. If you want to join in, you can register for that now if you like. Have a look on my website. Also, if you're in the Hobart area, if you're in Hobart, Tasmania or nearby, I will be doing some spirit guide drawings on the 19th of November, which is a Sunday. I've got 3 spaces available, and I'll also, there'll be a meditation that beautiful Jennifer, who sometimes watches, will be hosting on that day as well. So I did put a post up on my Facebook page, but I might share an event or something so it's easier to find. If you're in the Hobart area, just let me know if you want more details, and I can pass them on. So the question that I'm going to talk about is from Jessie, and Jessie asks how to let go of emotion that's tied to past relationships. So Jessie asked in the last video, how does she let go of old emotion that's connected with past relationships? So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And what I share, like with everything that I share, is just based on my experience, but also based on my intuition at the time. I'm quite a flexible person, so this is just how I feel right now. So how can you let go? Sometimes, I think it's good to let go in general of everything that's holding us back. But sometimes it's good to hone in and focus on something specific if we know that there's something specific that we're really struggling with. Now, if we look at letting go of emotion, so emotional stuff, if there's something emotional that you're holding on to that's from a past relationship or anything for that matter, you'll probably find that you'll feel really stagnant, and you'll be held in the same emotion for a while. Because I've talked a lot about the fact that emotions just want to move. Emotions are always in motion. So unless we're holding on to something, we're going to go from one feeling to the next if we allow ourselves to do that. Sometimes we resist letting go, or we resist moving on, or we resist the large scale of what we're feeling, so we might hold on. So just by saying that there's emotion that's been held on, the emotion tied with this past relationship tells me that there is an element of holding on. So I feel that it's necessary to look at, what are you holding on to? Why are you holding on? Why are you creating this as a stagnant emotion? Or are there more thoughts and other forms of energy that's attached with this? Perhaps it's not just emotions that are being held here. Now, in the past, when I've had issues with breaking, if you like, or moving on from past relationships that haven't worked, I've had to really distance myself and in many ways go cold and just really hardcore ignorant, just to try and detach. So sometimes we need to detach. Sometimes we have emotional investments or cords in this connection or with that person that we may not realise. We may be angry at them, we may feel abandoned by them or destroyed by them, or even our dreams that we had, that we talked about, realizing that they're never going to happen, can also be another cord of connection that connects with that person or that past relationship. So thinking about cutting cords that attach you to the past relationships might be really important. Think about what you might be holding on to. Why are you holding yourself in that stagnant space? Why are you resisting change or resisting being able to move on? If the other person is really having a hard time letting go, you may be feeling that. And when I've felt that before, I felt that person really close in my energy, almost desperate and needy. So I actually imagine picking them up and turning them the other way and having them face the other way and walk out and away from me. So I've had to do that several times. and do it often at times. So that's another little tip that may be able to help you move on. But I feel like, you know, sometimes even years later we can still be dealing with past relationship wounds that come to the surface for us to heal and release. So don't be hard on yourself and think that just because the relationship's ended that you should be able to cease all connections on all levels. I find that there's some ties that are residual that do stir up within us for some reason, for healing. So just be willing to honestly look at what's happening, let go of your hold, release the ties that bind you, and allow yourself to move on and move forward. So that's what I'm feeling I want to share with you about that. So I trust that's helpful for someone out there. So thank you for connecting and joining me and spending this time together. I trust that you've enjoyed it and it's been somewhat supportive for you. I'll be back again probably on Thursday. It's a public holiday here, but probably be recovering from my daughter's leavers dinner on tomorrow night. But I should be about on Thursday, so I should see you then. So thanks for connecting, and I will read all of your comments when I get back onto my computer. And I think that's all I need to say. So thank you. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Namaste.